Yeah, good day, everybody. My name is Irina Paul Gibson, the CEO of the Boy Child Support Network. The It's a non-governmental organization specifically designed for the protection of the rights of the boy child, his well-being, and his mental development. And the question is, why the boy child? You see, the society is female-centric, and the attention has mainly been on the female gender, forgetting that the boy child that is not properly groomed will become a menace to the society. At the Boy Child Support Network, we are advocating that proper attention should be given to the male gender to safeguard the females, to protect the economy, the environment from all the menace that has been caused by the boy child. Now, what are we going to do differently? We are advocating that all children should be treated equally, both female and male. Don't pay more attention to the female children while neglecting the male children. Now, we are also doing trainings, because if you take a look at our environment, you cannot talk about the boy child without taking cognizance to the environment. Because if the environment suffers, every other human species and animals suffers. Now, why is the boy a problem to the society? If we start early to train these boys on how to trash their wastes, when they grow up, while they are driving, they will not drink water and throw the can on the road, which is an environmental problem. And that is one of the things we are trying to correct in the society. Train the boy child in the way he will grow, so that when he grow up, he will become a full man who takes responsibility for all his actions. Okay, we have a lot of programs lined up for the boy child this year. We are touring schools in Rivers State to educate them the dangers involved in drug abuse, peer pressure, and how to report crime. Now, when I talk about crime, it will shock you that one out of every 10 child has been sexually, when I say child, male child, has been sexually abused before it turns to 18. That is a known statistics. You will understand that these boys are not being taught how to report abuse, but the female children are being taught how to report abuse, and thereby making the boy child timid. So now we are teaching these boys the processes involved in reporting abuse to their parents, to their teachers, or to the authorities. That's one of the things we are teaching these children. We're also teaching them how to become a better man, because we have a lot of adults who just transcend from childhood to adulthood. They didn't pass to the boyhood. Now, why do I say that? You will remember that at a tender age, the boys have been told or taught how not to cry. They say, be a man, man up, boys don't cry. And that has destroyed a lot of lives. Now, when you teach these children not that boys don't cry, and they grow up with that mentality, how do I say it? They bottle up a lot of emotions, which later in their lives affect them. Now, you will see that a lot of boys are now depressed because they were not taught on good mechanism by which they can release all this stress. But you can see the girl child, she's happy. She does a lot of things and she's okay. But the boy child is not being given that opportunity. So we are teaching the boys that there's nothing wrong if they cries. It doesn't make them feel less of a man. Rather, it makes them more of a man. Because when you are able to express your emotions properly, you are free of stress. You are free of a lot of mental breakdown. We also have the situation where the male child suffers more of abandonment than the girl child. You will be in a house and there are two children. If the boy child falls down and is hot and is shouting, "Mommy, Daddy, I am hot," they don't pay attention to him. They say, "Ah, you are a man, grow up." But once the girl falls, all the attention is on the girl. That's an emotional abandonment to the boy child. Take the statistics of the boys that are under the bridge. Have you cared to ask why they are out there? Meanwhile, how many girls have you seen under the bridge? It's very rare to see a girl child under the bridge, but we see a lot of male children under the bridge. And those are one of the things we are agitating for. Pay more attention to these boys as you pay to the girls, so that we'll have a sane society. Because if the society is up and doing, it means we have young men who are taking up responsibility for their action. We have young men who are doing well, because we have a lot of leaders who are not responsible. Why do I say that? A leader who cannot take responsibility for his inaction is not fit to be a leader. And we are grooming young boys for the future who will be able to take responsibility for their actions and their inactions. That's why we say that the Boy Child Support Network give responsibility to these children at tender age. That is an inclusive government, so that when they grow up, they start taking responsibility for all their actions. They will not say, "Ah, it doesn't concern me." A young boy should be able to see something that is not working in the house and fix, not waiting for him to be told on how to go about it. Now, if you grow up with that mentality and give him position of authority, you will see that he will do more than the boy that wasn't given the opportunity. And you also know that the level of information a child have determines the kind of decisions he makes in life. That's why we are giving these boys adequate information. That aside, we are also rolling out programs that will benefit mothers. Now, we notice that mothers are the ones who spend more time with these boys. So we have programs lined up to educate mothers on how to properly groom their boy child. Now, what do I mean by that? We know that our fathers, the male genders, they are always busy, and it is the mothers that spend more time with these boys. So we have lined up programs. It will shock you that many parents don't know how to check abuse or when their children are being abused. But we are rolling out this program to educate parents, so that when they notice that these children are acting in these certain ways, that something has occurred in the life of these boys. And we are also letting them understand, because there is this lady I met some time ago after one of my programs, and she was telling me she has a second son. He's always having issues with her at home. He doesn't listen. He wants to play ball. She doesn't want him to play ball. She wants him to be a doctor. I said, no, there are ways both parties can come to a middle point where the child is benefiting from what you want him to do, and is also having that confidence and satisfaction in what he wants to do. After talking with that mother, and she implements the advice I gave to her, she called me after 3 days and told me that my son is a changed man, and he's doing things that he has never done for a long time. Now, those are the things we are talking about. We are rolling out a lot of plans, a lot of things to sensitize mothers, so that they will know how to handle these children that are too stubborn. And also, we have other set of programs for children that you feel that you can no longer control. We have everything in place to checkmate the excesses of your boy child. It will shock you that if we have one-on-one interaction with these boys, in less than a week, that boy child will turn 360 degrees, because we have professionals that are equipped in the team to handle all cases that relate to the boy child. And we'll be celebrating the International Day for the Boy Child in Borokri, because we are assembling all the boys in one of the prestigious boys' schools in the city of Port Harcourt. And also, we are organizing green event. Now that is environment. We'll be sensitizing the boys on the need not to destroy the environment they live in. And that sensitization will cut across all the LGAs of Rivers State, because we notice that it is the boy child that is involved in the illegal mining that has destroyed our waterways, that has destroyed our environment. So if we talk to these boys, we know, and we provide alternative means of livelihood to them, they will be able to leave that trade, the legal trade they are involved in. Is what we introduce to them. We say that at Boy Child Support Network, that a busy mind will not be involved in crime. A busy boy child will think of how to better his life. A busy boy child will not be involved in crime. Now, how do we go about it? We these boys for the future by empowering them with life skills that will sustain them for a long time. I have never seen any boy who has a skilled job that will be involved in crime, because they will always be busy trying to make more money. And that is what we are doing at the Boy Child Support Network, training the boy child with the necessary skills that he will run with in his entire life. And we're also calling on well-meaning individuals. This job is not what one man can do. We need a lot of collaboration. We need a lot of volunteers. We need a lot of private and government partnership to enable us run. Once more, I remember my humble self, Irimian Paul Gibson, the CEO of the Boy Child Support Network. We are based here in Port Harcourt.